Right. Any other? Do you want to debate? No. If you're going to heckle me, let's debate.
Yeah, there we go.
Because I can prove to any Muslim here that your hadiths cannot be trusted, that your sunnah cannot be trusted, that your Quran cannot be trusted. And since, yes, come and debate if you disagree. Yes, come and debate. Your Quran, your hadith, your sunnah and your prophet cannot be trusted. I've read it, madam, but I don't believe in Arabization, madam. So, let's go and debate this guy. No, you want to heckle, let's debate. You want to heckle, let's debate. No, you want to debacle, you want to heckle, let's debate. Right.
Look, crucified.
How can you trust that you're...
We believe in Jesus, my Jesus, not your
Jesus Christ was a Jew and the Messiah of Israel. He never practiced Islam. He never practiced anything Islamic. You guys are living in a fantasy world. You're a coward. You're a coward. You're a coward. You are a coward.
Don't believe in Jesus.
Jesus did not pray like a Muslim. Jesus did not eat like a Muslim. Jesus Christ is God incarnate. Jesus Christ is the Messiah of Israel. You what, sorry?
Jesus did not eat pig like you.
What, sorry?
He did not eat bacon like you.
And he didn't eat camel meat like Muhammad.
Yes, he didn't. He did not walk.
And he didn't eat camel meat like Muhammad.
Jesus is circumcised like you.
Are you a Muslim? Are you a Muslim? Right.
Alhamdulillah. Allah.
Thanks be to God, I'm a Christian. Thanks be to God, I'm a Christian. So, why do you even believe in your hadiths when they're full of contradictions? No, I know more than you. I know them more than you. No one is your dhimmi. Look at the Muslim hatred. Look at their bigotry. This is how they will treat us all unless we stand up to them. You saw it with your own eyes. She spat at me. She spat at me. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's be clear. Why were they heckling me? Why were they spitting at me? Because I was talking about Christianity over there. So they decided to heckle me because I was talking about my own religion. And then when I challenged this heckler, who's too frightened to debate, the woman jumps in, she tells me to shut up, and she spits on the floor. You've seen the evidence of the hatred in their hearts. Do not be ignorant of it. This hatred will lead to the persecution of Christians in this country if we allow Muslims to impose Sharia law. If you love your neighbor, if you love your brothers and sisters in Christ, you must resist Islamization. But not just in this country. You must resist Islamization everywhere in the world. That means freeing Christians in Syria from Islam, freeing Christians in Palestine from Islam, freeing Christians in Saudi Arabia from Islam, freeing Christians in Pakistan from Islam, freeing Christians from Iran from Islam. Ladies and gentlemen, no, answer this question. Answer this question. Notice he's scared. Notice he's scared. Notice he's scared. Tell me why your hadiths are full of contradictions. You don't believe in Jesus. You believe in Isa. You don't believe in Jesus. Your Quran was written 600 years too late by someone who knew nothing of the facts. Your knowledge of Muhammad comes from a collection of books that you cannot trust if you would just think about it. They're full of contradictions. They're full of historical anachronisms. They're full of obvious forgeries. And everything you know about Muhammad comes from that collection. The reality is, the view of the Quran of Isa contradicts the historical record. Pagan sources agree with the gospel. Jewish sources agree with the gospel. None of those sources agree with Islamic teaching about Jesus. Your version of Jesus was the invention not by Muhammad, but by Muslims after Muhammad who knew absolutely nothing about Jesus. Let me just prove that point to you. Thank you very much. Who amongst you believes that Jesus is coming back? Put your hands up. As Muslims. And who amongst you believes when he comes back, he's going to destroy the cross, kill the pigs, and abolish the jizya? Put your hands up if you believe that as Muslims. Notice they're all shy. They're all shy. But I promise you, that is what they believe. That is what they believe. Now let me explain to you why that disproves Islam. This is why it disproves Islam. Because the Sunnah of Muhammad established the jizya tax. That was the revelation of Allah to Muhammad. If Jesus comes back and he abolishes the jizya, he is changing the Sunnah of Muhammad. And he is doing it by the revelation and the authority of Allah, which means that Jesus, not Muhammad, is the last prophet of Islam. Your own books contradict your own beliefs, ladies and gentlemen. By contrast, the Gospels of the Christians consistently fulfill the prophecies of the Old Testament that they had no control over fulfilling. The life of Jesus fulfilled hundreds of prophecies about the Messiah. The Gospels of the Christians correspond with the historical record and are supported by extra biblical evidence outside of the scriptures. Your Quran and your Hadiths, by contrast, contradict the historical record that we know of the Arabian Peninsula. You believe that Mecca was a 7th century city, but that is not supported by the historical record. There was no city called Mecca in the 7th century. Show me the historical record saying that it existed. You cannot show it to me. It does not exist. The only books you can appeal to are books that were written after Muhammad died. Hundreds of years after Muhammad died. Not one of you Muslims can show the veracity of your hadiths. If you cannot show the veracity of your hadiths, your sunnah cannot be trusted. Your knowledge of how to interpret the Quran, therefore, can also not be trusted. I can prove to any of you and to all of you that your hadiths have forgeries and unreliable traditions. So which one of you is brave enough to defend that point? There you go. None of them. None of them. So now I will go back to doing what I was doing over there.
You're telling lies, lies, lies.
What's the brother with here?
sorry. Let's go.
The people of Gaza voted.
Has my bag been stolen?
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, I'm good, thank you, brother. How are you?
so
Peace be with you.
Peace be with you too.
Right, guys. This country, from top to bottom, needs to learn how to stand up to this kind of Muslim bigotry, prejudice and hatred. Our government needs to learn how to do it. Our police need to learn how to do it. And every single one of you needs to learn how to stand up to Islamist trash like that. And you saw it on camera. I didn't make the woman behave like that. Something in her heart made her behave like that. And I'll tell you what was in her heart: Muhammad's teaching. And that's why she behaved like that.